Okay, in the previous chapter, we talked about algebraic manipulation and formula, right? And the main challenge is, as you know, solving word problems because solving equations, solving inequalities, I don't know, actually dealing with this kind of question is not so hard. It's also a hard question, but usually word problems, or just simply problems, okay? And as I told you, I just keep actually giving this advice. You need to practice as many word problems as possible until you become very, very comfortable to deal with this kind of questions. Okay. When you just read the question immediately, does idea come to you or not? Again, if actually you need to read two, three, four times to understand the problem, that means that you need some improvement. Okay. It's really, if you practice word problems, you improve your vocabulary, you improve your understanding skill, you improve your problem solving skill, you improve your, what is it, a lot of skills actually, because solving word problem requires a lot of different skills. That's why a lot of students struggle in solving, I mean, this kind of problems. Anyway, so in general, all right, simultaneous linear equations, when we just say that linear in math, would just mean that equation where all variables are multiplied by constant numbers. But here, when we just say that simultaneous linear equations, we mean these equations. Here we have a1x plus b1y is equal to c1. And the second equation is a2x plus b2y is equal to c2. So we have two equations here, right? And two variables. Our variables are x and y. A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2. These numbers are constants, okay? And we know that the graphical solution is the graph of the first equation is a straight line, and graph of the second equation also it is a straight line. If we are given two lines right in the plane, we have three possible how to say possibilities. Number one is maybe these lines are parallel to each other. Number two is maybe these lines overlap each other. And the third one is maybe they intersect each other at one point, right? If actually they are parallel to each other, that means that these equations do not have any solutions. If they are actually overlapping, we call them collinear, then they have infinitely many solutions. And if they intersect each other at one point, we have one solution. But here we are going to talk about this case where we are given two linear equations and they have one solution. And to solve this equation, usually we have three different methods. Number one is elimination method. Number two is substitution method. And the third one is graphical method. Graphical method is we need to draw the graphs and just find the intersection point, which is, it's good, but sometimes, not every time. But the most powerful method is algebraic method. Okay, so now we will start this class with elimination method. So now suppose that we are given two linear equations, both are linear, and elimination method means, guys, maybe you know how to solve this equation, okay? But here I want you to introduce with these concepts, these terminologies, okay? What we mean by elimination. So to actually use this method, as the name suggests, right, we need to eliminate one of the variables and bring this into an equation that has only one variable, that is x. That means that I'm going to bring this into this equation. Ax plus b is equal to 0. And we know how to solve this equation, right? What is the solution? X is equal to minus b over a. So now if I write this, 3x plus 7y is equal to 17. And here we have 3x minus 6y is equal to 4, right? So Ayan, what do you think here? Looking at this question, which actual variable I should eliminate first, x or y?
We should subtract the two equations to eliminate x and then we can solve for y.
Why we should eliminate x first?
Because they have the same value, so it's easy to eliminate it.
Because their coefficients are the same, right? So we don't have to do anything here. So if I subtract the second equation from the first one, 3x minus 3x is equal to 0. 7 minus minus 6, that's equal to 13. Y, 17 minus 4, that's equal to 13. Now from y is equal to 1, if I substitute this value either into the first equation or the second equation, we will get the value. Let me substitute into the first equation. First step, second step is 3x plus 7 times, I know the value of y, that is 1, equals 17. Now from here, what is x? X equals 10 over 3. So dot, 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 the solution is x equals 10 over 3, and y is equal to 1. Every time looking at the screen, my eyes are so tired now. Let's
I
continue.
understood it, teacher. I think.
Huh?
I think I understood it.
Yeah, Rifa, I'm sure you can solve this question, but actually I'm just going through these topics very quickly. But now we will focus on some word problems, okay? So, and in 1 hour class is enough for this topic. So that's very simple one. And how about the second one? Immediately here we have 4x minus 5y is equal to 17. And here we have x minus 5y is equal to 8, right? And also here, this 5, I mean, the coefficients of y are the same. So I should eliminate y first. If you subtract this, 4x minus x, that's equal to 3x. Negative 5 minus negative 5 is equal to 0. 17 minus 8 is 9. So from here, what is x? X equals 3. If you substitute into the first equation, let's say that's our first step. The second step is, and let's substitute the second equation, 3 minus 5y is equal to 8. Now from here, what is y? Y equals negative 1, right? So dot, 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 the solution is x equals 3 and y is equal to negative 1. How about here, if the coefficients are not the same at the time, by just doing some, we call this elementary operation, we can make them the same, right? 3x plus 2y is equal to 8. And here we have 4x minus y is equal to 7. And we call this actually elementary operation. Anyway, you don't have to know that name. If we multiply both sides of the equation by a constant, right, non-zero constant, it does not change in solution. So using this fact, let me multiply the second equation. I mean, each side, both side by 2. So then here we have 3x plus 2y is equal to 8. And here we have 4x minus 2y is equal to 14. Now, if you add them together, here we have 7x 22, is it? It should be 8x. So the sum is 11x. So what is x? X equals 2. If x equals to, substitute in the first equation, y will be equal to 1. Anyway, actually solving this equation, this method, we call them elimination methods. All right. So how about this question, guys? Let me ask you this question. Can you try, if you have piece of paper on your table and everything, I will give you 1.5 minutes, okay? And try and solve this and leave your answer to the chat box. If your answer is correct, give yourself 5 points. Time starts now. Murat, are you solving?
I am trying to.
Rifa,
Uh-huh.
any answer?
Not still. I'm working on it.
Jasmine, are you there?
I
Yes, now I'm finished.
I'm done.
Okay. All right. Ayan, Jasmine. Ayan, what is your answer?
I have y equals -2, x equals 12 over 9.
12 over 9. 12 over 9.
4/3.
Okay. Jasmine, how about you?
I got completely different answers. I got x is 12 and y is 18.
19. Okay, if I check Ayan's answer here, for example, 4 over 3 minus y is -2 over 3. That is equal to 2. But on the right-hand side, we have 6. If I check Jasmine's answer, here we have 12 minus y is 18. 18 over 3. That's equal to 6. But Jasmine's answer is correct. Okay, let's see. Ayan, where did you make a mistake?
I think I made a mistake because before I started calculating, I multiplied them to get rid of the denominators.
You multiply by what number?
In the first one, I multiplied by 9. The second one, I
Okay,
multiplied.
if you multiply by 9, here we have 6x minus y equals 54. The next one, you multiply by 3.
I understood my mistake. I didn't multiply the last numbers. Like, I
Okay.
didn't get 54. I have 6 there.
Good. Actually, usually a lot of students make mistake when you multiply both sides. Anyway, if you multiply the second equation by 3, okay. If you subtract this 3x, okay, what happened to me? I was eating apple. So, x equals 12, just mean your s is correct. Now, if I substitute into the second equation, that's the first step. The second step is 12 minus y over 3 equals 6. Now, from here, y is equal to 18. Okay, Ayan, Jasmine, Rifa, Murat, I will ask you a little bit different question. All right, that's how SASMO actually, the committee or the examiners, they what is it? They prepare questions. All right. So now you know how to solve this equation, right? Very good. How about if I change this problem to this? How would you solve it? Let's say here we have 2 over 3x minus 1 over 9y is equal to 1 over 6. 1 over x minus 1 over 3y is equal to 1 over 6. That is a problem. Okay, you have 3 minutes. Try to solve this and tell me the answer. Start now. 10 seconds left. Yes, Ayan, Jasmine, Rifa, Murad, any answer?
No.
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 No answer.
I'm on. I think I might be wrong.
You might be wrong. What do you mean? Did you get anything, Jasmine? Ayan? Sorry.
Well, I'm trying to solve it, but I have an unusual way.
Very good. Unusual ways. Actually, I like unusual ways. I don't like usual ways. Did you get anything, Ayan, or not finished yet?
I'm not done yet.
Okay. So what I suggest you is, in this case, look, let me just introduce something new. In math, we call this auxiliary variable. The auxiliary it means helping variable, right? And also in English grammar, we have auxiliary verb, right? I am going to school. That am is called auxiliary verb. But in math, if you introduce new variable, we call this auxiliary variable. Anyway, so suppose that to solve this equation, let me just introduce this. A is equal to 1 over x. And b is equal to 1 over y. Okay, then our equation becomes what? Here we have 2 over 3. Here we have a minus 1 over 9. Here we have b is equal to 1 over 6. This is b, right? And the second one is 1 over x, that is a minus 1 over 3. And here we have b. On the right hand side, again, we have 6. Okay, so now if I multiply here both sides by, what is it? 9, it is 3, and 9, it is 6. The least common denominator, the least common multiple of 9 and 6 is, what is it? 18. Let me multiply by 18. So he multiplied by 18. The first one, it is 6. Here we have 12a minus, here we have 2b equals 3. The second one, multiply by 12. Okay, 12 times a minus 12 times 1 over 3, that is 4b, is equal to 2. If you subtract now the second equation from the first one, 12a minus 12a, that's equal to 0. Minus 2 minus 4, that's equal to 2b. And on the left hand side, we have 1. Now from here, what is b? b equals 1 over 2, right? I know the value of b. And after that, if you substitute into the second equation, a minus 1 over 3 times b, what is b? 1 over 2. On the right hand side, I have 1 over 6. So a is equal to, take 1 over 6 to the right hand side, 1 over 6 plus 1 over 6, that's equal to 1 over 3. So that means that a is equal to 1 over 3, right? Now from here, what is b? b is equal to this, right? That's equal to 1 over y. So from here, we need to find actually y. What is y? y equals 2. Now from here, what is a? a equals 1 over x. So x equals 3. So our answer is here, the original equation, x equals 3 and y is equal to 2.
Mr. Chasm,
Yes.
could you please explain again how you converted the A and the B into X and Y?
Again, I am here just to make my work much easier. Also, without this, you can solve this, but I'm just here showing you a new method, okay? In a lot of problems, we need to introduce new variable so that our equation becomes simpler. So now, can I just introduce this variable? Suppose that a is equal to 1 over x and b is equal to 1 over y, right? So now if I just substitute these things into the equation, here I have, for example, here 2 over 3x, right? Can I write this 2 over, I think, let me just change the color to, okay, 1 over 3x. Can I write it as 1 over 3 times 1 over x?
Yes.
So what is 1 over x? It is a, right? So now that's just equal to 1 over 3a.
Okay, thank you. I understood it now.
Okay, if we have 2 here in the question, now here I have 2, so I can write it as 2 over 3a. Or in a similar way, this 1 over 9y, I can just write this 1 over 9 times 1 over y. What is 1 over y? Is equal to b. And after this, solving for a and b. After if I know the values of a and b and use these equations again, right? And we will get x and y. All right. And how about the substitution methods? And also, you know this method, I think, but here just a kind of revision if you know. If you don't know, it is something new. Okay. And that's also one important method in solving a lot of equations. We use substitution methods. What is the idea? Again, if you just write the equations, 3x plus 2y is equal to 7, and 9x plus 8y is equal to 22. And this substitution method is very important if one of our equations is not linear. Maybe the second equation will be any kind of weird equation, and one is linear equation. So first, let me just express from the first equation y in terms of x. In chapter 3, we learned how to make a variable the subject of a formula, right? So from here, what is y? Y is equal to 7 minus 3x over 2. And now I will substitute this value into the second equation. And that's why it is called substitution method. So now if I substitute into the second equation, in the second equation we have 9x plus 8 times y. But what is y now? Y is 7 minus 3x over 2. On the right hand side, we have 22. Now we have one equation, one variable. We know how to solve it, right? If you simplify this, 9x, 8 times 1 over 2, it is 4. 4 times 7, 28. 4 times 3, it is 12x. On the right hand side, we have 22. And 9x minus 12x, that is minus 3x. And take 28 to the right hand side, 22 minus 28, that's equal to minus 6. From here, what is x? X equals 2. If I know x, now we know what is y, right? Substitute there. Y is equal to 7 minus 3 times, what is x? Is equal to 2 over 2, which is equal to 1 over 2. So these are the answers. Solving the simultaneous equation using this method, we call this substitution method. Okay, Ayan, is it clear?
Yes, it's clear.
Did you study this before, Ayan?
No, we did elimination, but we never did substitution.
And also elimination, for some questions, elimination is good if all our equations are linear equations. If some equations are not linear at that time, we cannot use elimination methods. We have to use substitution method. Like for example, let's say if you're given this kind of equation, 3x plus 2y is equal to 7. And here we have x times y plus 2x squared, let's say something plus y squared is equal to, let's say 10. How do you solve this equation? Using elimination, we cannot solve this equation. So we have to use substitution. From the first equation, express y in terms of x and substitute its value into the second equation. And we have quadratic equation in x. We know how to solve quadratic equation, solve it, and after that, get the value of y. Anyway, let's continue. Guys, now we will focus on these problems, okay? From now on, you are going to practice the questions. I will give you some time, okay? Problem solving involving simultaneous equations. And also the idea is simple. The equations are simple. What is the challenge here? Do you understand the problem? This is a challenge. If you don't understand the problem, you cannot do anything. And once we understand the problem, once we can set up our equations, as you know, the rest is easy, either using elimination method or substitution method, whichever you like, you can just get the answer. So many mathematical and real life problems can be solved by using the technique of solving simultaneous equations. Now we are going to see some of those problems. All right, I'll just skip this stuff. Let's start with this example. Let me show you two examples. After that, you will practice some questions. Ayan, can you read the question?
On two occasions, Marina went to a coffee shop with some friends. She was very generous and gave her friends treats. On the first occasion, 7 cups of coffee and 4 pieces of cake cost her 5.30. On the second occasion, 5 cups of coffee and 2 pieces of cake cost her 3.40. Find the cost of 1 cup of coffee and 1 piece of cake.
Okay, very simple question, right? That's a daily life. I mean, the problems from our daily life situation. So anyway, so Marina is very generous girl. Okay, she wanted to treat her friends coffee. So on two occasions, on two different days, let's say, Marina went to a coffee shop with some friends. She was very generous and gave her friends treats. On the first occasion, right, the first occasion, she bought 7 cups of coffee. Let's say 7 cups of coffee. Let me just, the coffee by C, plus a coffee and cake the same. So I should not do like this. And let's say 1 cup of coffee is X dollars and 1 piece of cake is Y dollars. So she bought 7 cups of coffee and 4 pieces of cake, and she paid 5.30. But when you are writing the equation, always try to write your equation as simple as possible, right? Because we don't have to write the units. We don't have to write, for example, after the decimal point, we don't have to write if the last digits are 0. But when we are expressing our final answer, at that time, we need to use this because we are talking about money. Usually, money related problems, we need to leave our answer corrected to decimal places. And the second occasion, it says that when she bought 5 cups of coffee, that is 5 cups of coffee, and 2 pieces of cake, and she paid $3.40, right? The question is, find the cost of 1 cup of coffee and 1 piece of cake. That means that we need to find the value of X and the Y. So we have just converted our word problem into algebraic equation. And we know how to solve this, right? If you multiply the second equation by 2, now I have here 7x plus 4y is equal to 5.3. And the second one multiplied by 2, it is 10x plus 4y. 2 times 5.3, it is 10.6. That is our first equation, and this is our second equation. Now, if I subtract the first equation from the second one, 10 minus 7 is equal to 3x. 4 minus 4 is equal to 0. 10.6 minus 5.3, that's equal to 5 point, what? Did I make a mistake? Yes, right? I multiply the second equation by 2, so that is 6.8. So 6.8 minus 5.3, that's equal to 1.5. So what is X? X is 0.5 dollars. If X is 0.5, substitute into the second equation, first one. Let's substitute the first one. 7 times X is 1 over 2 plus 4Y. On the right hand side, 5.3. Now for Y equals 5.3 minus 3.5. Then what is Y? Y equals, it is 1.8 over 4. That's equal to 0.45. So dot, 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 1 cup of coffee, that is X, that is $0.5. And 1 piece of cake, that's equal to $0.45. And Ayan, you may wonder, Mr. Kasam, why is it so cheap in Singapore? Maybe this question was prepared many, many years ago, maybe like 2005 or something. At the time, it was cheap. Now everything is very expensive. If you come to Singapore in a normal restaurant, if you eat dinner, for example, you will have to pay at least 25 or $30. And you know that Singapore is maybe the most expensive city in the world, right? And if you just take a taxi, travel like for 3, 4 minutes, you have to pay $10, $15. I don't know, everything is very expensive. If you just rent a very small house for 1 month, it's at least $2,500. Anyway, Singapore is very expensive, and also everything is according to that. At that time, like maybe 15 years ago, it was cheap, but nowadays everything is expensive, and also people is getting better and better. So guys, let's continue. I will ask this question to you. All right, I will give you 4 minutes, 3.5 minutes. Four is too much. Okay, try this. Write your answer in the chat box if you answer before the time is up. If you answer correctly, give 5 points to yourself. Okay, time starts now. 3 minutes 30 seconds.
I'm sorry, something happened to my connection, and I know I didn't hear anything. It was something was really laggy. If you asked something, by the way, I don't see your screen. It's just written that it's loading.
But it's your internet, we can see.
Okay.
Eight seconds left.
I
Ayan, you got
think I'm
anything?
done.
Yes, Jasmine, tell me your answer.
So for goats, I got 20, and for chickens, I got 30. You're muted.
Okay, so it looks good. So goat and chicken together, it is 50. Goats, they have 4 legs. 20 times 4, it is 80. Chickens 3, it is 60. 80 plus 60, that's equal to 140. Very good. Ayat, how about you? Finished? Or still working?
I made equations, but I think I did something wrong. I'm
Okay,
almost
here, uh, let's say I am just like this, goats and the chickens, right? And let's say here we have X goats and Y chickens, right? The number of, let's say, heads. And how about the legs? Every goat has 4 legs, so altogether they have 4X legs. Every chicken has 2 legs, altogether they have 2Y legs. So X plus Y, the total number of heads, that is 50. Total number of legs for X plus 2Y, that's equal to 140. Now, if you divide the second equation by 2 or multiply both sides by 1 over 2, what do we have here? 2x plus y is equal to 70. Now, subtract the first equation from the second one. 2 minus 1, it is x. 70 minus 50, it is 20. If x plus y equals 50, x equals 20, y should be equal to 30. Okay? All right, guys, let's move to the next question. All right. So you have 1 minute to solve this question. Okay, form your equation and do it. Very easy question, right?
Is it 30?
What is it?
30? Is it? Oh no, wait.
Two numbers.
Yeah, I mean it's 30 and 33. Could it be?
But their sum is 67. 30 plus 33, it is
Ah,
67.
it's 67. I thought it's 63. Okay, sorry.
What, Rifa, you cannot see the number well? Rifa, how do you join this class? With your telephone or iPad or PC or laptop or?
Teacher, I have my hand.
Laptop. It's laptop.
Okay.
I have
Yes,
my
any
hand.
answer?
I got 32 and 35.
Yeah, very easy question, right? Find two numbers. So whose sum is a plus b is equal to 67. And the difference a minus b is equal to 3. If you just add them together, 2a equals 70. What is a? A equals 35. If a equals 35, the second number should be, what is it? 32. 15 seconds.
Teacher,
Ayan,
Euro 33.
huh?
Euro 33 instead of 32.
Thank you, Jasmine. Okay, Ayan, is everything all right?
yes, I understood it.
Good. Next question then. All right. Yes, 3 minutes. Because again, we know I know actually if I give you more time, you can solve this. But I want you to think fast and to work fast and to solve it fast. All right. So you have 4 minutes for this question. Exactly. After 4 minutes, we will discuss together. If you ask a question, I mean, before 4 minutes, write your answer in the chat box.
I'm done.
Me too.
All right. Yes, Ayan, Jasmine, can I see your answers in the chat box? Ayan. All right. Jasmine, how about your answer? Ayan's answer is 6.5. How about yours? X equals 3 and Y? 4. Again, different answers. Ayan's answer 6.5 and Jasmine's 3 and 4. How about gentlemen, Murad and Rifa? Do you have any answers?
I think I made the equation, but I can't solve it.
Okay. Let's do this together. Let's see. Is Jasmine is correct or Ayan is correct? Let's use purple. If 1 is added to the numerator and 2 to the denominator of a fraction, its value will be 2 over 3. And suppose that we are talking about this fraction. This is our original fraction. If I add 1 to the numerator, a plus 1, and 2 to the denominator, b plus 2, the value of the fraction will be 2 over 3. If 2 is subtracted from the numerator, that is a minus 2, and 1 from the denominator, b minus 1, its value will be 1 over 3, right? What is a fraction? The first one, if you cross multiply, 3a plus 3 is equal to 2b plus 4. The second one, 3a minus 6 is equal to b minus 1, right? If we just write them in standard form again, here we have 3a minus 2b is equal to 1. The second one is 3a minus b is equal to 5, right? So if you subtract the second equation from the first one, so 3a minus 3a is equal to 0, minus 2b minus b, that's equal to minus b, 1 minus 5, that's equal to minus 4. What is b? b equals 4. If b equals 4, let me substitute here, 3a minus 6 equals, it is 3. What is a? A equals 9 over 3, it is 3. Dot, 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 our original fraction is 3 over 4. Okay, Jasmine, it was asking the fraction, right? You should just write this 3 over 4. Ayan, why again? Wrong. Where did you make a mistake again? Huh?
The equation I made was completely wrong. So that's why.
But now, did you understand everything here?
Yes, I did.
Very good. All right. Let's see. Next question. 4 minutes. Not 4 is too much, 3.5 minutes. All right.
Teacher, I think I did this one wrong.
You did what?
I think I did it wrong because I got very weird answers.
Really? Sometimes we may have weird answers. What are your answers? Are they whole numbers?
Not at all.
Or if they are not whole numbers, then that is wrong. You're talking about the
Teacher, I
age of
got a
people, right?
negative
Usually they are whole numbers. Time is up. Ayan, Jasmine, Murat. Any answer, Ayan? Still working?
I'm still solving it.
Murat, how about you?
I haven't got an answer.
I think I did it.
What did you get, Ayan?
Carl is 32 and his son is 28. Wait, that makes no sense. Okay, I did it wrong.
Very simple question, right? Look here, the sum of the age of Carl and his son. Let's see here, Carl and his son. Now, let's say Carl is m years old and his son is n years old. So the sum of their age, m plus n, is equal to 60. 2 years ago, right? 2 years ago, how old was Carl? M minus 2. And his son, n minus 2. 2 years ago, Carl was, that is m minus 2, 3 times as old as his son. 3 times as old as his son. How old is Carl's son now? Okay, now, okay, anyway, this is our equation. Let's solve this and we'll get the answer. We will answer the question. M plus n is equal to 60. Now, if you remove the brackets, take 3n to the left-hand side. M minus 3n minus 6 plus 2. Here we have minus 4, right? If we just subtract, right, m minus m, 0, n minus minus 3n, that's equal to 4n. 60 minus minus 4, 64. What is n? N equals 16. If n equals 16, m plus n is 60, right? So what is m? M is 44. So now we answer the question, how old is Carl's son? That is n. So the part A, Carl's son is how old? It is 16 years old. B, how old was Carl when his son was born? When his son was born, actually now Carl is 44. His son was born 16 years ago. So that is 44 minus 16, that's equal to 28. So Carol was 28 years old when his son was born. Okay. All right. Guys, one question is left. Ayan, Jasmine, Murat. Okay, then we will finish the class. That is the last question, but it's a little bit challenging. Let's do this together. Okay, and also you have some idea. And usually in SASMO, they ask this kind of questions related to simultaneous linear equations. So Ayan, can you read the question?
The sum of the digits of a two-digit number is 8. When the number with the same digits reversed is subtracted from the number, the difference is 18. What is the number?
Do you understand the question, Ayan?
Not really.
Jasmine, how about you?
Does it mean like, for example, like this is just an example, like 1 plus 7 and then like 7 minus 1 is like this?
Yeah, it's something
That
like that. But here we are talking about two-digit numbers, right? So the sum of the digits of a two-digit number. Do we know that number? We don't know. So suppose that our two-digit number is this number, AB. I just put a bar here. It's not multiplication, right? It's just two-digit number. And usually two-digit number, how can you just write this? Like 37, for example. I can write it as 3 times 10 plus 7, right? If we have like 239, for example, I can write it as 2 times 100 plus 3 times 10 plus 9. So if you're given two-digit number, I can write it as 10 times A plus B. Anyway, so that is what we are talking about here. Number one, it says that the sum of the digits of a two-digit number is 8. So if our two-digit number is AB, the sum of its digits, that is A plus B, that is equal to 8. When the number with the same digits reversed is subtracted from the number. So if I just subtract the number, right? Subtracting what? The same number, but the digits are reversed. So that means that now reverse means BA, right? So the difference is, what is it? 18. So the difference is 18. So that's the question. The question is, what is the number? Okay. So now using the first definition, so A plus B equals 8. A plus B equals 8. How about the second line? AB means here we have 10A plus B minus BA means it is 10B plus A. That is equal to 18. Now, if you simplify this, our first equation is A plus B equals 8. The second equation is 10A minus A. It is 9A. B minus 10B minus 9B is equal to 18, right? And again, I can simplify further. A plus B equals 8. Divide the second equation by 9. A minus B is equal to 2. So if we add them together, 2A equals 10. What is A? Equals 5. If A equals 5, B must be 3. So what is our two-digit number? It is 53. As you see here, 53, 5 plus 3 equals 8. 53 minus 35 is equal to 18. Okay. Okay, Ayan, Jasmine, Murad, thank you very much. That much is enough for today. Now I will draw one exercise. I mean, the questions related to this. If you have time, especially word problems, practice these questions. Okay. Thank you very much. When we have class, Ayan, again on Thursday or today's Wednesday,
Friday.
right? Friday. Okay, so then I will meet you on Friday. Okay, so enjoy your night. See you on Friday. Bye bye.
Goodbye. Have a nice
Bye.
day.
Have a nice
Thank
day.
you. Thank you. You too. Thank you. Bye bye.